Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. And we're back again to another wonderful and amazing episode of Alchemy Avenue. Let's get into it. I hope everything has been well as you need to deserve, and I hope everything has been as well as you expected it to be. So let's get started on today. Today, I want to let's start with this sentiment. I don't chase, I calibrate. Divine confidence, unapologetic embodiment, and choosing alignment over approval and fear. Let's get into it. There comes a moment when you stop chasing and start aligning. When you stop asking to be seen and start living like that outcome already said yes. So you're living and you're embodying that. I don't ask for these things to happen when I expect. And now I'm living in a space where I already know it's happening or it has happened. This episode is for those who are done shrinking, done waiting, and done explaining their light to people who haven't tuned in. You don't need more hustle. You don't need more calibration. You don't need more proof. You need more presence. This is the reminder. You are the frequency, and the world will feel it before they understand. So we want to be in a space where, again, it is all about how you feel about the things that you are doing. Happy, excited, motivated, because the ideas, the plans, the energy, the excitement, it comes from being downloaded from every life experience, the ethers, the quantum field, God, however you want to place that energy, that's where it's coming from. And it came to you. It came to you. Sit in that. Be excited because it came to you, and be excited because the reason why it came to you, because the way that you will unlock the situations, whatever it may be. It could be writing a book, doing some kind of art, creating plays, any kind of, it could be an after school program you got. It could be some kind of curriculum. It could be music. And I'm talking about all kind of genres of music. So don't let whatever that thing that came to you, don't let it be bigger than you, because it came from you. You are the architect, you are the author of whatever that is. And even if you say to yourself, well, people like me don't do this, because a lot of times that does happen. You will get stuff from you, and you will even think to yourself, why is this coming to me? I don't even do this. Say if you're an artist, you're R&B, and you get a download for country, or you get a download for some punk, or just you get a download for something that you really don't do, or societal pressure say you don't do. Don't worry about that. Live in that excitement. And it's going to be a little nerve-wracking. It can be, unless you embody that situation. Embody this situation so you can move and you can walk with power. So this episode, we're going to walk in full alignment without explaining, without shrinking, and most importantly, without asking permission. We don't have to. We don't have to at all. We don't have to ask, especially when it's something that's coming from our heart and coming from a place of love. You don't have to ask. Get the ideas, and however you map it, however you strategize it your way. Of course, you take tools and different things to make it, harmonious and make it a full circle. However, do it the way that you feel you want to do it. I'm not saying don't ask for help from people that do that well that you may know. And if they do, I mean, of course, tap into that. But again, don't be so scared to do things because you acting like, oh, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know this, no. You can't. It didn't come to you on accident. It came to you fully on purpose because it was meant for you. And I heard this quote a while ago, and I loved it. Sometimes you have to fly the plane while you building the plane. Makes perfect sense. Perfectly good sense. So this is not arrogance either. So we're not talking about arrogance as like an ego kind of trying to prove. That's what arrogance is. Arrogance is I have to prove this. I have to show you. Embodiment is so simply remembering. That's it. That's it. This is why you was planted here, depending on what you believe. This is why you decided to come here at this moment, this time, being who you are with the tools, the blueprint, the keys, and being everything that you are. This is the reason why you chose to do that at this time. The difference between being so rah rah and having a lot of bravado about doing those different things, and embodiment is seen without trying. And I know you may experience, or even if you are that person now, you walk into places and people compliment you, or they say, oh, you just have a good energy, without even you doing anything. You just showed up. Or people just want to talk to you and they tell you different things about themselves that you're like, yo, why are you telling me this? But you smiling, still making it, because people get comfortable around you. You are embodying your essence, the authentic person of who you are. And a lot of times that happens just when you feel happy about yourself, even before these moments where you got more knowledge and you're on your spiritual journey. Those things happen because people are naturally comfortable around you. There's no way you're standing in line at the grocery store, standing in line anywhere, and somebody besides you, just small talking, and they get to telling you different things about themselves, and you're like, I didn't ask for any of that. However, okay, but you still make it comfortable for them to be open, allowing themselves to vent or whatever it may be. You're just that kind of person. Then when you add your spiritual walk and getting into a space where you love yourself more and you're walking with that love, now all kinds of situations can open up for you. When people feel comfortable, they just feel comfortable around you. I'm saying you just have the way you dress, the way you wear your hair, the way that you walk, or the way that you speak, and the way that you. So it's not. It's, to me, it's kind of twofold with speaking. It's the way that you speak, which is one thing. Like, you speak well, you speak with confidence, but it's the way you speak to people as well. When you know how to speak to people, and it's like you're not even speaking to the person, you're speaking to like the essence, the soul. That's a different kind of way you handle people too, because now they feel they feel comfortable. Now they feel seen, and now they feel heard. When you're able to do that, you get all kinds of compliments, and again you're embodying who you are. So let's not make light of those situations, because I know those happen to a lot of us. When you truly know who you are, you don't chase validation. You become the frequency that draws what belongs to you. It's yours. Once you're in alignment, you don't even have to ask for things, because your higher self already knows what I need in this 3D realm. But once you align, I'm telling you, things just come because they are yours. Again, these ideas, these blueprints, these plans, are yours. Once you align with that vision, things start happening and things open up for you to not only have provision for whatever idea you have, but then other things, again, that belongs to you. Let's hone in on that part. They belong to you. They're not anybody else's. They're not saying someone can get something like it. We're not saying that, but I'm saying that you get things that are yours. This is mine, because the way I'm going to handle it, the way I'm going to let it grow within me is the way that it needs to come out. Let's sit in that. People will project onto you peace when they still live in survival. That's what they'll do. People will project their issues, their situations. When you're in a peaceful state, they will try to get you out of that space. But when you're so good with you, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. And what they may do, even though you're not living from that space, they may call it ego. Example, I was at work. It was because I was at a Bentley dealership service advisor, and we had multiple dealerships in the city. Another young lady, she brought her nephew, and I like kids, so I'm going down, kneel down, talking to him, give him 5 or whatever. So they go to another area of the dealership, but he came knocking on my door. So I had him in there, just showing him my office, doing a lot of different things. But he just kept coming back. So I walked around the service area, showed him the lift. She was asking about the cars. He made me like 3, and he was just having fun, smiling. And she was like, he haven't smiled like this in a long time. He's normally shy around people, or he doesn't. I'm holding his hand and just walking him around, making sure he's good, and just showing him different things. And she was just saying all that, he's normally shy, people scare him sometimes. And I was like, oh, kids love me. And she was like, okay, ego. And I was like, sure. I just said sure. And she was like, what you mean by sure? I was like, I'm not going to shrink who I am because I know kids love me because you think that's ego. And she kind of looked at me funny. And I didn't say it in like a, like a jerkish or arrogant way. I just told her because she asked, because I was going to leave it at sure. Because again, it did not matter to me what you thought. I know kids love me. Just like pets and animals, they love me too. So I wasn't trying to be arrogant, but you were just clearly saying he doesn't act like this around a lot of people he doesn't know, because I don't know this little guy. I don't know him at all. So I was just saying kids love me. And then she took it as, she flipped it, and not on purpose. She was just saying what she felt and what she thought, which is fine. But I know I wasn't coming from that space. I wasn't at all. So that's an example of people taking what you have as confidence and turning it into, boom, ego. Or they may say what it's doing is really just mirroring. It's mirroring maybe the work they haven't done, maybe just anything. To me, that's what it could be a result of. However, again, I can't let it shake me or phase me. I could have been like, girl, I ain't got no ego. Blah, blah, blah. I could have really went in for no reason. Really, it is no consequence. That I'm good. I don't really have to worry about that at all. I don't have to worry about it because I know I'm not coming from that place. Now, if I feel like I said, now, if I did say something and it was like, dang, I shouldn't have said that part because I reacted, then, that's another thing. Again, you have to know yourself and be good enough with yourself to know when you may have said something, or you may have, acted or reacted out of, old programs, because those things still play. It's just if you plug into them or not. And it's okay for you to say, I did do that and that was my fault. It's okay for you to say that. That's the type of growth that is. Especially if the person's there, you can say, "Hey, yo, I ain't have to go that far with you. That was my fault. That's my fault. I still feel this way about it. Still feel. You didn't have to explain that. You did come at people, or you did come at a situation from a place that you didn't really want to. You were just responding out of some old programming, some old trauma, and it's okay that happens, because you're gonna have situations come up, and you're gonna have different things that kind of poke at those areas where you're still working, because work is ongoing. You start you start the work, and you're in the middle of your trauma work, your shadow work, but it's a lifetime ongoing thing, because you have different reflections of you that are going to show up, and it's easier to learn how to choose how to respond than to just respond. Way easier. Super easier. Expectation is a frequency, not a flex. Again, people are going to see it as a flex. People are going to see things happen for you and see it as a flex. People are going to hear a situation about you and see it as a flex. And I know it's a good feeling to have that, or be on that end of situations, but you don't even have to really look at it as a flex. No. Look at it you're just aligned, and you're purposeful. Good things are supposed to happen to you, no matter what. That's what you expect. Again, challenge, problem, issue, whatever you want to call it, solution. Just think about that. Anytime anything comes up, just think about, this is what's going on, okay? But always be in expectation of the solution shortly, if not already. Sometimes you may have already thought about something, and you're thinking, why am I thinking about this? Why did this come up? And then the challenge comes, and you're like, that's what it was for. If you have that experience, understand how incredible and amazing your mind has switched. Your ability to stay calm, because what just happened, you got the answer before the problem or situation, issue. You got the solution before that even came. No lag. We are not demanding more from others. We're requiring alignment from everything around you. That part is key. Because when you get around people in certain groups or certain situations, and they don't line up with you, it may be some tension, because now you are walking around expecting everything to be in alignment to you. You're just expecting it. And situations may not even come to you because they won't be aligned. That's power. That's powerful. But then when they do, and then there's that tension because things are trying to recalibrate in real time. Don't see that as something bad. See that as, they just recalibrating. Things are just recalibrating. High expectation don't make you egotistical. We keep going back to that, because I'm telling you, people are going to try to make you feel crazy. They are going to make you feel, they're going to try to make you feel like you are not doing what you're doing, and things are happening in real time for you. They're going to make you feel like something is off about the way you're thinking, the way you see life. Again, do not buy into it. I don't care who it's from. And I truly mean that. I don't care who it's from. You have the evidence, or you have that physical evidence, or maybe you don't even have the physical evidence yet. You just know and feel. To me, that's more powerful than the evidence. But we live in this 3D realm. So you would think that the evidence is more powerful. Being in the line and feeling it first creates so much clarity and so much comfort that when it does show up in the 3D, you're like, of course this happened. Of course. But again, sometimes there's a There's a wait. There's a waiting period on that too. So you have to stay grounded, stay in a place of just understanding, because sometimes things happen way later than you, and I say need them to sometimes. For instance, if you know, let's just talk about money. If you have a situation where you need something, monetarily by this time, and then it doesn't show up like that, again, something else is going to show up though. Because if that situation required money, but also something else had to be worked out, that was the gift. But then just understand that, like Esther Hicks says, you have vibrational escrow. So it is already built. It's just building up. It's just building up. And then when it opens up and releases to you and you see it, sometimes you ain't even ready for that. Whoa, 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 hold on. All these things are cascading to me right at this second. Hold up. Like that right there is, we'll talk about that at some point too. What to do whenever, and I'll just say it like this. It may not be all your dreams, but what to do when all your manifestations happen at once, or you have multiple manifestations happen at once. That right there could create some trauma. Again, if you got an audience, if you got people that are witnessing to it, they're going to think, they're going to tell you, they're going to make you, they're going to try to make you feel like you are crazy for this even happening to you. They're going to try. They're going to try. Either I align with the outcome, or the outcome realigns with me. I say realign because that's that tension. Sometimes it's not going to be in alignment at first, but the tension has to be created, and then boom, things are smooth again. Expecting greatness is not arrogance. It's resonance. It's resonance. Just like a tuning fork, just like being on the right note, being in the right key, all that. It's resonance. You just right. Everything is in harmony, and that's okay. And that is wonderful and amazing that things are in harmony. Survival mode can't decode sovereignty. Survival mode can't decode sovereignty. Imagine two people in a storm. One is panicked, trying to outrun the wind. The other is walking with steady steps, unbothered. The panicked one thinks the storm is blowing the winds, is, lightning, is doing all of that. And he looks at the one that's calm as like, he's naive. He don't really see what's going on. He's going to get it because he's not paying attention. But the calm one already knows they are the weather. Ooh, we talking about embodiment. when you hear, or when you feel like you are something, the I am, to me, this is what the I am, for me, this is kind of what the I am has evolved to for me. Like when you say, just before I was thinking, yes, I am abundant. I am love. I am light. I am happiness. I am peace, love. I am joy. I am all those things. I was saying that, at least for me, I was just saying it from a place like, hopefully, like I'm saying that to be, for me now, I'm saying it as an embodied person, like literally I am those things. That's how it has evolved for me. So I don't say anything with the I am without understanding I'm literally what I'm calling. I am that. Like I am abundance. Like to me, I am a builder key. So whenever I'm around a situation, or when I'm in the presence of anything, things unlock. They're supposed to. Not because I have the key, I am the key. When I am in a space, or whatever I'm doing, I'm unlocking whatever needs to be unlocked for the situation. That's just how I think about the I am, and that's how I embody, and that's how I stay, in sovereignty. So whenever I think about that, that's when he said they are the weather. When he says that the calm one already knows they are the weather. That's, to me, that's what that means. I am this. People will misread you when they haven't met themselves yet. Sit in that. Sit in that. But this doesn't give people the green light to mistreat you either, though. It does not. Don't assume. Don't. And you gotta assume. You gotta assume that people just not gonna play with you like they used to if they did, or even if they thought they could, because you would say these things and you will be a little more. It should be a lot less aggressive than people want you to be, especially in certain situations, and they may see that as weakness. No. Again, when you are aligned, you don't have to. It's things you just don't have to worry about. Like, I don't, at least for me, I don't worry about a lot of different things, especially in the spiritual space. And maybe we'll get into on the episode, and I'll just share this now because people, when I wear this stone, for some reason, this stone, spiritual people and people that have no idea what spirituality and all this stuff is, they always ask about this. And a lot of people ask, is it for protection? And I tell them no. And they say, oh, you don't have no protector stones or anything like that. And I tell them no, I don't at all. And I may be going off a little bit, but I really don't, because I don't need it. I don't need it. If nothing's coming from me in that way, I know it's not, because I have so many different angels, guys. I got so many different things just protecting me on a constant. And then I got 6. It's like a council that I already know that's just don't. No, that's all I can say. It's all I am gonna say. Just no. So I don't worry about, evil and different things that, and I'm not saying those things do not exist. I just don't worry about it. I really don't. I really don't. Because even in my dreams, and again, I may be going to a situation, but it's coming to me to share. So I may be going a little deeper than people understand. When I dream in the, I go to the astral realm, but I seek out some of those dark and lower level entities, and I ask if I can help them. So that's why I don't. And I either know I can or know that, and it's not even that I can't. It's just they're not ready, and I just move on. I move on. Don't know why that came up, but it came up. So that's for somebody. Again, but I want to be able to go to these places because a lot of times we have dreams and we have a lot of situations that happen to us, but no one's talking about it and no one's making us feel comfortable that those things happen to us. We have dreams about different things running out to us. I haven't had a nightmare. I really didn't have nightmares before, but I haven't had a nightmare or a bad dream since I started, on my spiritual journey, especially now. No way. Why would I have a nightmare? My dreams are always about building. I'm always dreaming about past lives and how they are relevant for this life. And I'm going to get in something at some point, because it was a powerful past life that I got to get into that at some point, because that's very powerful. We always talk about the past lives where we were, you may tap into if you were in Egypt or Kemet or Atlantis or Lemuria. You talk about those places and how you were doing this, you were doing that, you were doing this, and these great things, which is fine, perfectly fine, because those are relevant and whatever the information is. But what if you tap into a past life or future life, how a parallel life. What if you tap into a life where maybe somebody is on drugs, or just not living a quote unquote, life that you would think, why would I want to be in contact with this? Just think about that. Once you do that, you kind of connect with those lives and those parallel lives that, you may have been on drugs, you may have, done some things that you like, wow, that version of me was like that. Or you may tap into that for whatever. It's not for whatever reason. It's for So see, now I done got into it, so now I want to share it. So I was able. I don't know why I seen. I really don't know why this is coming up during this episode. So I tapped into a parallel version of me that committed suicide. My early mid 20s, all through my 20s, a lot of different things was going on. But this version of me was whispering to the version here, keep going. And that's, of course, apparently is what I did. It's because I'm still here. But in that timeline, I did not. So I got I kept seeing a vision of the silhouette, like the shadow hanging, feet dangling. I seen that. So, I just wondered. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know, but just doing meditation, and what that was is that was a fragment version of myself that just didn't make it. It was hurt, lonely, in a space where he just couldn't deal with it. So he ended up doing what he was doing, and he ended up doing it. So I just doing meditation because I was guided to seek him out. And that's what I did. And showed him all the love and allowed that version of me, spirit, to just feel love and feel, like he didn't have to hide. I was just letting him know, you don't have to hide from me. You can hide from everybody else, but you don't have to hide from me. I actually want to see you. You can just feel it. He was broken. It almost, if I had to put like a actual shape to it, it was like a dark shadow that had like holes in it that was like ripped, and just you can just tell definitely life pulled and pushed and did everything it could. So, but I did harmonize and just again meditation, and that version of me I allowed to come into my space and just give that version love and care. And now that version of me is just walking with my counsel of my angels is there now, and it's a major part of what I'm be, at least what I've been able to know and tap into. Is gonna be a major part of the things I do next. So I say that because you have to embody these different things that happen. And this may not have happened to anybody. This may not make sense to some people, but more people than not, it does, because you've had dreams or you've seen different things and you're wondering, why am I seeing this? Because I was wondering why would I see a version of me that did that? Why? And what relevance? But again, it was unhealed. Even though that was a parallel life, for whatever reason, I'm here to kind of take a lot of my parallel lives and bring them into this, as I'm the 3D anchor for a lot of those. So, but that was powerful for me because I may have had I know I had some different things from those time periods, like my early 20s, that I still haven't all the way worked through. Again, it's about doing continual work. So doing that with that version of me just helped me understand and have more compassion for myself, because you do things or you don't do things and you're in a space where you just don't know.
because you haven't had help or anything, and you put a lot on yourself. You put yourself in a space where, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that, and you don't. Then when you get past those areas, you kind of bury those feelings, and now you have to. Now they come up. They come up. They come up as like trauma. They come up as being reactionary instead of proactive when situations come. So that that was real powerful for me. For me. So I was able to, yeah, just I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I don't really know per se why it came to me at this moment, but I'm glad it did. It was something new for me. I never experienced that, and I'm telling you, I can. It was, yeah, it was very God. It was very. It's just almost like you seeing a loved one, someone you just love dearly, go through that. Which I mean, it was. I felt all the hurt. It was heavy, heavy, very heavy. So, but being embodied, being embodied and sovereign means that again you're able to take situations like that, and you may have a situation even currently that's not to that degree, but something sad that you may have went through. Embody those things, so you better use them as power. Try to get in a space so you understand what it's meant for. Not you're not trying to excuse it. You're not or excuse anybody or even excuse you if you've done something. But what does it mean for me at this moment to be able to move forward and be able to walk in power? What do I have to do to push myself to the next level? Living as a frequency, not a performance. I don't chase, I calibrate. Means your life moves according to the energy you hold. So if you're going to have high energy, you're going to move like that. You're going to move with confidence. You're going to move and be powerful in everything that you do, say, and think. And I really mean that. Do, say, and think. There is no failure when your life is orchestrated by frequency. Delay isn't denial, it's refinement. We just talked about. You feel it, you know things are going to work out, but then there's this delay, there's this lull, and you're like, yo, I'm believing, I'm no. I'm knowing, and it still hasn't. Again, you are being taken care of. You are being taken care of. It's refinement. Whew, the refinement process. Everybody want a quantum leap. Everybody want to, you know, do those things that are being promoted as those key words and key phrases in the spiritual community. But then when they happen, are you ready? Just saying, what's truly yours doesn't need to be forced. It's yours. You got it. What's not what's not aligned will fall away, and that's still grace. So you may have old patterns that fall away. You may have different ideology, the way you used to think, that falls away. And then more personal, you may have people fall away. You may have situations and different opportunities that you thought were opportunities for you and they really wasn't, fall away. So once you have that happen, just know you're in alignment. You're in alignment. So we talking about all these different things. And once you're in a space where you feel great, walking in power, you're moving, you're having a lot of different things happen, from people falling off to things happening great for you. Being in a space where, you can see clearly, you can hear clearly, you can feel clear, and you just moving. Like you just really, things are just, you got a good pace. You got a good pace, a very good pace. So then when you start using your power, you've done the internal work, you've calibrated. But what happens when you actually start doing the things you saw in your visions? Whew, what you call that? When you start moving, when you start uh, things you used to dream about, now you doing them. You don't even have those dreams no more because you're doing it, or you already done it. What you gonna do with that? How you gonna feel with that? You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have any more, or I've already done that, I already done that. Again, you are infinite. You're infinite. You're always gonna have things to do. Always. So keep going, keep building, keep brainstorming, keep reevaluating yourself, just keep moving and keep living and keep adding pieces to who you are. And actually, it's not even adding. You're really just rediscovering the things that were already there. You had to dust some things off. Now I'm thinking about the book, writing it, not visualizing the podcast, recording it, releasing it, repeating, not waiting for perfect timing, becoming the timing, embodiment. Now the world doesn't just feel you, it adjusts to you. I like Will Bashard. Bashard is it's an entity that Daryl Anchor channels. He says, you never change the world that you're on. This is just his idea, which I like it. You never change the world that you're on. You never. When you start to vibrate higher, you actually vibrate to another world that matches your current frequency, your new frequency. That's what you do. What no one tells you is this: when you begin to act like the version of you that already exists in the quantum, you don't just attract your future, you collapse it into your now. That's why I don't chase. I calibrate isn't passive, it's precision. It's waking up and choosing your timeline on purpose. This power isn't about showing off. It's about showing up consistently, intentionally, and unapologetically. Not because you're proving something, but because you finally believe it's already yours. When you see your power not as a force, but an alignment, this is the space where you're not far away from starting the different things that are going to start happening for you. Again, when you start to do these things, you're in a place like now it begins. This is where it begins. You did all that work, you did all these different things, and when you get to this space, it begins now, because now you're in a space where you can just be. You can be the I am. You can be the I am. So don't just calibrate to your vision, create inside of it. Let the vision become muscle memory. So it's just let calibration and alignment be as natural as breathing, blinking, heartbeat, blood flowing, you walking one foot in front of the other. Let it be that natural. So it's not something you have to, okay, let me wake up and calibrate. No, you are the calibration. You're not chasing, you're claiming. You're walking like the outcome already said yes. You already have a yes. You already have a yes. You don't have to ask nobody or be in a space where, will this work? No. If you say it like that, no, it's not going to work. It already worked out. It's already working. If you had the idea to do it and move, it's already worked. It's already worked out. You're not just learning alignment, you're becoming alignment. You stop chasing things outside of you because now you realize you were the magnet all along, already attractive. And the moment you stop apologizing for your power, the moment you said, I don't chase, I calibrate, that's when things start to fall in place. When I say fall in place, it may not look like a straight line. It's going to be more of a puzzle. And it's going to be different shapes of the puzzle, but it's all going to start to make sense once that happens. That moment is when doors open, shadows clear, environments start bending to your field. This is not ego. This is the remembrance of who you were before the world told you to doubt it. Never doubt yourself. Stay empowered. Never, never, never. So stay on point, and whatever on point is for you, love yourself. Be happy with yourself. Just live a life of a continuing smile each and every moment. Just smile. Even when it may be hard to. Just smile. Things happen, smile. Laugh. You gotta do it to yourself. You just gotta laugh to yourself. Smile within yourself. Let your heart smile. This concludes this episode. Look, let's just keep moving and keep expanding. Appreciate y'all spending time with me on today. Ashe.